Do you know that the information you possess could one day save a life? Quite a thought, isn't it? But it's a fact that we often overlook. Welcome to a journey where we'll delve into the power of knowledge, especially when it comes to life-saving situations. Imagine you're at a family gathering, a friend's party, or even walking down the street when suddenly someone collapses. What do? Panic? Call for help, of course, but what if you could do more? What if you could be the help? Throughout this video, we'll explore several vital facts, techniques and signs that could potentially save a life. From the Heimlich Maneuver to recognizing a stroke and even understanding the rhythm of the human heart. Knowledge is power, and today it might just make you a hero. So, stay with us and let's uncover the incredible power of knowledge together. Ever heard of the Heimlich Maneuver? It's not a dance, but it could save someone from choking. The Heimlich Maneuver is a simple yet powerful technique that has saved countless lives since its invention in the 70s. Here's how it works. First, stand behind the person who's choking. Make a fist with one hand and place it above the person's navel, but below the ribcage. Grasp your fist with your other hand and deliver 5 sharp upward thrusts. Think of it as trying to lift the person off the ground, but from the inside. The idea is to create enough pressure to dislodge whatever is stuck in the person's throat and get it out. Imagine this. You're at a family dinner when your uncle starts choking on a piece of steak. You quickly spring into action performing the Heimlich, and within seconds he's breathing again. So remember, a few quick thrusts could be the difference between life and death. A stroke can strike at any time, but do you know the signs to look out for? It's a sudden onslaught that can turn life upside down, and recognizing it early can be the difference between life and death. Picture this. A loved one is speaking to you, and their words start to slur. Their smile seems lopsided, and they're struggling to lift their arm. These are telltale signs of a stroke. The acronym FAST can help you remember: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call emergency services. A stroke is a medical emergency where the brain's blood supply is cut off. Without oxygen-rich blood, brain cells begin to die. That's why every second counts. The faster someone gets medical help, the better their chances of survival and recovery. So keep your eyes open and stay alert. Time is of the essence. Spotting the signs early could make all the difference. CPR might look complicated, but when it comes to saving a life, can you afford not to know it? When we think about the beat of life, we often think about the rhythm that our hearts create. But what happens when that rhythm is interrupted? That's where cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, comes into play. CPR is a life-saving technique that's crucial in many emergency situations, such as during heart attacks or near drownings, where someone's breathing or heartbeat has stopped. It combines chest compressions, often with artificial respiration, in an effort to manually preserve intact brain function and maintain a flow of oxygenated blood to the body. Let's take a moment to consider a real-life example. Imagine a man in his late 40s collapsing in a crowded mall. Panic ensues, but amidst the chaos, a bystander steps in. She had learned CPR in a first aid course years ago. She starts chest compressions, keeps the rhythm, and gives him a fighting chance until the paramedics arrive. Her quick thinking and use of CPR were instrumental in saving this man's life. Mastering the basics of CPR may seem daunting, but it's simpler than you might think. It involves just 2 steps: call for help, and then begin chest compressions. That's it. You don't need to be a medical professional to perform CPR. You just need to be someone who cares. So don't skip a beat. Learn CPR. It could mean the difference between life and death. So, are you ready to be a lifesaver? We've journeyed through some extraordinary life-saving facts today, each one carrying the potential to tip the scales in a critical situation. We started off with the Heimlich Maneuver, a simple yet effective technique to clear a blocked airway. It's amazing to think that just by knowing where and how to apply pressure, we can be the difference between life and death. Then, we delved into the signs of a stroke, a medical emergency that requires quick thinking and immediate action. Remember, time is brain. The faster we recognize the symptoms, the better the chances of recovery. We also discovered the beat of life, or CPR, which is a vital skill that can keep the heart pumping when it's most needed. It's not just for health professionals, but for anyone who's willing to lend a hand in a crisis. In essence, these are not just facts, they're tools in your arsenal, empowering you to act when it matters most. They remind us that sometimes it's the smallest gestures that can make the biggest difference. It's about being alert, being prepared, and above all, not being afraid to step in when needed. Remember, knowledge is power, and today you've become that much more powerful. So go out there and be ready to make a difference.